It's up.
The time is nigh. Open up your eyes to see the signs of the time. Got to be wise to all of their lives. Look to the sky from where my help comes. Wake up, got to wake up from the slumber. Don't let them pull you under. Rise up of the water. Never let them wrestle you into the mind.
Never.
Real news for the people in real time.
Yes, family. Greetings. Welcome to Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. And if we're not correct, go make sure you call and let us know. So, yes, as I said, in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie the First, Empress Suzerain Menin, one perfect balance. Tonight is going to be a super fantastic, expicalidocious night. I tell you. I was trying to get the popcorn done in time, man, and ended up finding a centipede. But I don't worry about it. I took it up. I had a daughter took it, and she took it outside and threw it in the grass. Yeah, we don't kill centipedes. We love centipedes. You just got to build a relationship with them. They're mutual understanding. Everybody serves a purpose. Everything serves a purpose. Everything that have breath, and give praise to the Most High. Yeah, so family, like I said, this is what will be a review of the Budget Diss Track Show. The Budget Diss Track Show. I'm telling you, I thought the Bob Marley thing, the Bob Marley One Love film documentary, whatever they call it, was controversial. By itself, it was controversial, seeing as how not one Jamaican, I think only had one Jamaican, actually played in the actual movie. I don't get it. Not even his sons was capable of fulfilling the role of his father, which is crazy because most of them do look like him. Nevertheless, that was its own controversy. But here in Barbados, for those joining us abroad, here in Barbados, we have our own thing going, man. You will not believe it. You can't believe it. You can't even make this stuff up. We have our own distract show going on. It's called The Budget. I'm telling you, you cannot make this up. But while we're being distracted by the theatricals and the caricatures, and all the other terms they use, it's a serious matter. And the thing is, when I was young, I used to love going and see magic shows. In fact, I used to love watching David Copperfield. And y'all know David Copperfield? I'm probably exposing my age at this point. Nevertheless, David Copperfield was this magician. He was so great in his time. At one point, this guy walked through the Great Wall of China. At some point, he levitated across the Grand Canyon. Although I still believe it was probably a green screen that we knew nothing about back. But anyhow. But what makes a magician show so amazing is the distraction. While you're watching one thing, something else is actually going on. That's the whole point of distractions. It takes your attention away from the real important matters. And we do have some real important matters to discuss. And I'm definitely going to touch on a few of them tonight. So this is going to be one of those nights where you definitely want to go ahead and get the, what do you call it, the popcorn and all that other good stuff. Let me see if I can find it really quick. There was this, where is it? Wait, what? Nope, that's not it. I want to put up something real quick to show you, just so I could touch on it briefly. Oh, here it is. I'm not sure. Yeah, here it is. I don't know why I didn't see it before. Should I share it? If I split it on this screen, would it show up as a full screen? Let me see. If I share this one instead. Yeah, I can still do it. I just want to put this in the side here real quick. Let me just add this real quick. A review of the Budget Distract Show. I totally love this. This right here had me rolling earlier. It had me rolling. I got my tickets, I got my popcorn, and I even make sure I got my yellow juicy. Get a yellow juicy, the pine juicy. It's a local thing. You may not get it. But I think this is interesting because it said pictures worth 1,000 words. And I feel the need to express this in as few words as possible, although the picture speaks for itself. And, I heard a lot of what was said. Yes, I actually listened to part of it. Believe it or not, I was working. I was on the road driving, stuck in traffic. What else was there to do? I know. I heard a lot of references to the Bible, Jacob, Esau. I mean, all kind of ministers was quoting scripture. You would think you was at a Vatican revival. I kid you not. You couldn't believe this. But one of the things I kept hearing was, these spiritual references. And I thought to myself, I wonder if this brother, Mr. Ralph Torn, really recognized the fact that this is a David and Goliath situation. The problem is David wasn't victorious over Goliath because he was arrogant or he felt he had some special power. He was victorious because he found his space. He found this stone, like somebody said, somebody offered him a spear. He's like, nah, I don't want that. Somebody offered him a sword and a shield. Like, nah, I don't want that. In fact, they said it was too big for him. Even the armor, they say he was such a small man that So, but he went down by the river, the brook, or whatever they called it. And I can hear my Sunday school teacher now telling me, it is good enough. Anyhow, Swanston. Yeah, I remember her name. He went down by the riverside, the water, went by the water edge, and he sourced his own stones. He sourced the things that he knew, that he was very familiar with. Things that he was familiar with. He knew about the sling and the stone. He knew about that. And he went and got his stone, the right, and he searched and he found the right pebbles. And he put in his pebble sack. And he came back up. And he said, yeah, I'm good now. I'm ready. What made him ready wasn't the fact that he, found some courage. What made him ready was that he had to use what he was familiar with. He had the necessary tools that he knew that he had mastered over time. And that time was experience. He had wrestled with other creatures prior to this particular one and realized that all that did was prepared him for what was happening right here, right now. And Mr. Torn, I don't know. I don't know who gassed this guy up, man. And I'm saying it. I know a lot of folks ain't gonna like me saying it, but I'm gonna say it because I'm not thinking I'm different or special to anybody. I'm simply saying I see things from a different perspective, like that whole thing in Haiti. America calling the protesters gangs. I mean, if Marcia Weeks and the family get enough crowd, they're gonna call them gangs too. And just now you're gonna see police out there with tear gas and riot clubs. You think that's a joke? Let it keep growing and see. So they're going to demonize it the same way, although they're right for what they're doing. And I'm going to say it again, they're right for what they're doing. I might have a different view than march myself up in Parliament and anyhow. Yeah, all know they're up in there together. They're all right there right now. We should be, anyhow. So what I'm saying is that I'm all for marching, it just when and where. I wear my green tonight for a reason. And I'm going to say it. I'm not even going to hide that fact. Yeah, I'm all for marching. It just when and where. All I'm saying is I ain't marking time. And right now, on a serious note, let that get to a point. Barbadians are going to see just now what time it really is. So I am not pro or anti-Mia in any form or fashion. I'm about what's right and what's wrong. That's it. I ain't trying to hear no political argument. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. That's just the bottom line. So what I'm saying all that to say is that this whole distract show, this political distract show, the review of the budget, look, man, shout out to the graphics artists on these pieces, man. Like they getting better and better. Like they're sending a message just in the image alone. Just a message in the like the walls in Egypt, just the images in the oh man, it's for time memorial. David and Goliath. Mr. Thorne, he spoke for 4+ hours. I listened to part of it, in part. And I'm going to say, a lot was said. And I agree. The government always does. If I played Mia Motley's opposition rhetoric from 2018, prior to the election, 2017, when she was having the marches, just like Marcy and the family, same marches, except, she had a bit more finance, and clout and private sector backative. All right, that's going to happen eventually. Just eventually, not a matter if, it's a matter when at this point. if you play any of that point, you're gonna hear she was pulling all the different things out, talking what the government did and didn't do, what the promises and didn't promise and didn't fulfill. And yeah, it's just, and you go back 10 years prior to that, you're gonna hear David Thompson doing the same exact thing as opposition leader. You go 15 years before that, you're gonna hear, wait, hold up. Who was it then? No, wait, 15 years before that. Well, then again, because who was it? Sandy Fur? I don't even know who it was back then between ONF or whoever. This is what they do. This is nothing new. But what I did notice that was different was how they did it. Now, Mr. Thorne, like I said, I don't have nothing against your brother, man. I don't know you from a can of paint. And quite frankly, I may not even have a need to know you. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But I do have some questions for you since you claim to be the opposition leader using the term in its context. Speaking on behalf of the voiceless, well, I've been speaking on behalf of the voiceless for a while, along with some other folks I know. And there's a familiar voice that is familiar. And yours don't sound that way. So let's got some questions to bring some clarity. So my thing is this. You didn't see that they kind of setting you up? Because I see it as a setup to be a fall guy. I hope I'm wrong. Not usually wrong, though. For those who know me would tell you that. I don't know if they told you that. But that be the case at times. But what I'm saying now is that, I don't know, man, Ralph. I think you should have thought this through a little bit deeper. And if you do have a team, was your team like you hand-delivered to you as you were to the opposition? Because you were hand-delivered on a platter. And they want to embrace you. My question is, when you walked across the floor, I'm guessing you walked across as an individual, singular in the sense of the term, one man crossed the floor. So this team you suddenly have, I'm asking, did you handpick these individuals yourself? Or was this part of a bigger plan that, you're working with some co-conspirators and that they came with the package? Because if that's the case, I don't know, man. You might want to relook this one, like this pause, take a knee like a good fighter would, take a breath, study your opponent again and come fresh. Because let me show you why I'm saying that. I'm going to play some videos tonight, family, that's solely for the purpose of entertainment. I don't own any rights to none of these videos. The information in it, I don't know how accurate or not accurate it is. I am simply here for the show. That's it. So allow me to go to scene 1, act 1. I'm just going to jump right into it. I got a brand new song to play, by the way, a little later on in the clip. It's by a brother called Igen. New young man on the scene, positive vibes going on. You gotta listen to this is a message for the youths, man. Like, I'm so loving to see the young people stepping up. Love it, man. Shout out to Biap, man. Biap forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. Real up. Shout out to the Mama Bonga Lights. Y'all already know RPM, Rastafari Progressive Movement. That's what's up. But wait a minute. I gotta thank the sponsors, by the way. I do have some sponsors, and I gotta shout out all the sponsors. You know who you are. Jackie, I see you. Greetings to you too, family. Glenn, I see you, Mr. Griffith, in the building. I got some news for you tonight, brother. You can't even look crazy. Monica, I see you too. The family, divine greetings all day, every day. Shalom, shalom, family. I see you too. I see you. Sister in blessed love, Rastafari, live, reign, and rule. Okay, Sir Alfred Benjamin in the building. Good night. Tuning in while I wait for this train. Okay, train. Okay, I guess you're somewhere in the north somewhere or somewhere else, but welcome to Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. If not, tell a friend and tell a friend. Family, listen, you don't want to miss this tonight at all. Shout out to Black Lion Security, by the way. Shout out to Black Lion Security, put in the work, making it happen. I see you too, family. I see you too. I see you. I got a comment saying the audio is echoing. I wouldn't be surprised if that's all it's doing. I'm surprised you even hearing me tonight. I'm surprised the Chinese and hack my joint and shut it down. Anyhow, nevertheless, we're going to have the technicians check that out. Shout out to the family, Hotep family, kings and queens, y'all already know. It's a script that is continuously regulated by all of them. Regurgitated by all of them. Man, listen. I think you're spilling the beans, man. I think you're spilling the beans, man. I'm just going to go right into this first clip. Like, I don't even know. Like, the spirit be telling me, okay, do it this way, but then go back this way. And now here I am now, like, wait a minute. The first thing I want to do is put this up. I'm just going to put this up. Switch clips really quick. We're going to go to this term called a budget. Yeah, the budget. First thing first, the budget. The objectives of government budgets. The redistribution of income and wealth. Redistribution of income and wealth. Oh, yeah, that's what the budget is all about. Where the money going to go, who going to get it over the next year. So you got to realize that the budget, the reason why the budget never really works because it's just that. It's a way that they're trying to reshuffle the money. The government uses fiscal instruments of taxation, which is government revenue, and subsidies, government expenditure, to improve the distribution of income and wealth in the economy. So in other words, they want to know how they're going to dump this money into the economy to redistribute it towards the people who have an invested interest. The problem is in Barbados is that a lot of the people who have invested interest is the private sector. You know, it's called a trickle-down effect. The economy is trickle-down. So it pours into the top and it overflows and it falls into the next layer and it overflows and flows into the next layer and so on and so forth. The only problem is it is only so much that they can pour into the economy. So depending on how much they pour in, it might not reach the guys at the bottom. Higher taxes can be imposed by the government on income earned by the rich and also on the goods consumed by them in order to reduce their personal disposable income. But there's a problem with that. The rich don't normally get taxed. Who end up paying the tax? It's the small man, the guy at the bottom of the barrel, the guy in the bottom tier of that trickle-down economic system. They don't ever get, it doesn't ever get to that level. They don't ever get to that point at all. They don't ever, the money don't ever reach the man at the bottom. They got to swap with each other, try a different thing. The only thing that reached them is the debt. They get whatever is left. That's why it's a dog-eat-dog world, cutthroat right through, because it's a debt system at the bottom where there's nothing left to circulate. So let's be clear on that point first of all. From there, we're going to go right into this point. Now, this, like I said, it's a show. It's a complete show. I got 3 points here: land, air, and water. Land, air, water. Law. I'm going to deal with the land first. So I'm just going to go and pull that up real quick. That's at this point right here. Now, listen, family, I want you all to pay as close attention as possible to what I'm about to play. Because while we were laughing and joking at the theatrics, and they were theater tricks, by the way, don't make no mistake about it. They are just what I said it is. They are theater tricks, theatrics by these thespians. I want y'all to realize something, huh? Let me go ahead and share that right there. Let me share this right here. I want y'all to realize something, family. This is not a game. The reason why there's these theatrics in between, the laughs, the comments, the chuckles, the little personal comments. Yes, Mr. Speaker, I speak through you to the floor and all this other stuff. I mean, again, it's if Shakespeare was here, he too be eating popcorn. I'm telling you. I want y'all to listen to the things that was not mentioned. Mr. Thorne delivered what was called lashes yesterday because he exposed a lot of their dirty laundry. In fact, by his own admonition, politicians are seen as corrupt and dirty. I mean, he said it himself. I ain't even going to play that part. But what I'm going to play and focus on is not the distraction or actually the show. I want y'all to pay attention to the real serious stuff that was said that ain't nobody talking about. Let me play this first clip right here, man. Y'all ain't going to like this at all. At all. I mean, a lot of people are going to miss this, man. I ain't miss it. Give thanks to Rastafari. Right? We see it from afar. Man. Like, listen carefully to what our prime sir. And by the way, Mia, you know, I got to hand it to you, man. You ain't nothing. Hello. Smooth. Listen to this carefully, family. Let me check my volume stats.
For $75,000 to buy a car. But when you go to borrow $75,000 to buy a piece of land, you can't get it in under 4 to 6 months. You get a car loan in a week and a loan to buy a piece of the rock. You can't get it in under 4 to 6 months, sir. Sir, and you know what makes it even worse? Is that the car can depreciate from day one.
Let's
and
go.
the property can appreciate from day one too.
Okay.
Sir, this is madness. And this is in a country where mortgage defaults are in single digits. Bajans pay their mortgages. We know that.
I'm going to play that part again. That's important. From here on, right? Make sure you pull, you pull your chair closer to the TV screen because you don't want to miss it. Pull the chair closer.
Defaults are in single digits. Bajans pay their mortgages. We know that.
We know that. Bajans pay their mortgages. We know that. Mortgages, land purchase, title deeds, right? Alex Mitchell, shout out to Alex Mitchell, by the way. Viola Beckles, man. Listen to this, family. Don't miss this.
Sir, my own profession. How can the legal profession maintain the right to regulate its own fees, charge a minimum fee on each transaction, while at the same time, we are told that the reason for the delay on closing mortgages and sales lies on the shoulders of the lawyers? This is because the timelines are unacceptable, and it is one of the biggest drags on economic development in this country. You heard the bank say in Cayman Islands they can get a mortgage closed in a week, in Trinidad a month. How does Barbados get to 3 to 6 months in a city, a town that you can walk out in less than an hour? No, sir. And the realtors make a larger fee than the lawyers without having the same fiduciary responsibility that the lawyers have. Sir, the land registry, there are also complaints about that can be a cause of delay. Sir, I am simply saying to us today, swear to God, we have to modernize how we do land transactions. And the notion that we are caught up in a 19th, 20th century UK, United Kingdom, as a modern 21st century republic, cannot inform how land transactions are done in Barbados to help from the smallest person to the largest transaction. Sir?
What? She just said, y'all didn't catch that, right? I know y'all didn't catch that. Look, this woman here, right? Look, I'm going to tell you something, right? Well, you can say what you want about Miss Mia Mortley, right? She was birthed for this. I don't care. So, Mr. Thorne, again, this is the David and Goliath situation. The only way you're going to win this, right, is you're going to have to find your own stone. I don't know what you're working with, but you're going to have to find your own stone. Don't take the shield and the sword they're giving you, because that ain't going to work. I'm going to play that again, family, because I know a lot of y'all missed that. Listen what was said. This is the foundation of what she's going to say next. If you don't catch this for, like math, if you don't learn how to add, you can't do calculus. Like, you can forget it. Forget it. You can't 1 plus 1. If you don't get that basic 1 plus 1, don't even do calculus. It is pointless. Pointless. I'm going to play this again. Hang on a sec. Let me just reverse this a bit. Yeah.
United Kingdom as a
Let me go a little further.
a cause of delay, sir. I am simply saying to us today.
She prayed to God on the spot. Like, she literally prayed to God. She said a prayer. Listen to this.
There are also complaints about that can be a cause of delay, sir. I am simply saying to us today, swear to God.
Said it twice. I swear to God, man. I swear to God.
We have to modernize how we do land transactions. And the notion that
we have to, y'all heard that? We have to modernize how we do land transactions. And what does that mean? We have to modernize how we do land transactions. I want y'all to understand this. Tonight, it's law. We're dealing with the law. We're dealing with the land, the air, and we're dealing with water tonight. I'm going to touch on all three of those in what she said in this budget presentation. And don't mind all the other fluff and talk and distractions or distract the show. Don't miss what was said, because ain't nobody touched this point. Listen to how they're going to reform how they do land transactions in Barbados. Listen to how this is going to be done. Y'all gonna love this.
We are caught up in a 19th, 20th century UK, United Kingdom, as a modern 21st century republic, cannot inform how land transactions are done in Barbados to help from the smallest person to the largest transaction. Sir, we must govern. I have asked the Minister of Housing and the Attorney General to jointly convene a colloquium amongst all of the stakeholders to review all of the systems and processes related to transactions involving real estate, and to
review all. I want everybody on board. Review it all.
To review all of the systems and processes related to transactions involving real estate, and to recommend and oversee in the immediate future the implementation of these recommendations.
in the immediate future. Are y'all listening to this, man? Mr. Ralph Torn, I know where you at right now, if you're in Parliament or you're home. Somebody send this to him. At least let me give him a few pointers. Because if you're going to deal with this Goliath, brother, man, you're going to need your stones. You don't need no shield. You don't need no sword. You don't need no spear. You certainly don't need no whatever else you could think of. Carnation. I don't know what's up with the carnation. What incarnation is that? I'm being cynical. You got to find your stones, bro. And I might mean the testicular stones, because you might be out of your zone here, because I'm telling you, man, if you saying you are the voice of the voiceless and you speak for the people, you the opposition, there's some things you have to touch. I don't mind the pomp, the eloquence, and the dialogue. That sounds good. Deal with the real issues, man. They talking about land redistribution and how they plan to modernize, how they going to redistribute the land of this nation that belong to the people of this nation, whose blood is soaked in the same soil that you spoke about yesterday. So if you ain't going to touch on that part, step out the way, man. Because what she going to say next, look, y'all thought that, again, I don't know if y'all getting this. Let me let it play, man.
And sir, I look forward to being a part of that meeting, not
I look forward to being a part of it too.
as chair, but as a participant with them.
Not as a chair, but as a participant. Listen, man, I could start right now and go call it a night. This is enough to chew on to make you say, yeah, what she mean by that, Rasta, man? Yeah, what she really mean? What did the prime servant mean by that? Let me tell you what she meant by that. In fact, better yet, let me let her tell you what she meant by that.
In the meantime, though, sir, we are setting the standard and sending the signal. And government starts this ball rolling today.
Y'all listening to this, man?
One of the main delays in any land transaction is the investigation of title. This is required because, except for lands in registered areas, title to land is not guaranteed. We have set a target of 10,000 housing solutions, sir, over the next few years.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I know y'all missed that. Let me go back there. Hold on. Let me pause here a second. This is one of those pop quizzes you get. Did anybody heard what was just said? The critical part. Let me go to the comments real quick. People say we don't want to check in the comments, man. Let me go and see what's going on here. There's just so many scrolling through right now. By the way, shout out to the family on YouTube and the family on Facebook. I give thanks. Can somebody share this to my personal page? I don't think I did it on my page, but nevertheless, it's all good. Let me see what's going on here. Put disclaimer up while your show. Okay. I see my attorney here speaking to me. Put the disclaimer up. Well, I disclaim and I reclaim. I'm gonna say this, man. Yeah, I ain't disclaiming nothing, man. They want to sue me. Let them sue me. What are you gonna sue me for? My hat? Get shit out of here, man. They gonna have to do what they gonna do, man. I disclaim them. How that sound? One love to you too. Shout out to Lamamba. I see you, brother, man. I see you, man. Thinking from the poor and giving to the rich. Shout out to Steve Moore. Steve Moore, I'm telling you, you're gonna be on your seat edge. Listen, don't even give me a second, Steve. I'm coming right forward to you. They just pay their mortgages. Is this why we're seeing so many houses for sale? Think about it. Foreclosures left, right, and center. A lawyer on a politician for over 30 years. These are the realizations she now come to. Nah, brother, she ain't no come to it. This is crazy. Listen to what she's going to say next. But did anybody hear what she just said? That she will make the rules. Yep, that's one. It's the overseas buying who's complaint. That's true too. But check this out. If you become the Hope Housing Project scam went tits up. Listen, I'm gonna even touch on that briefly in a minute. I'm gonna show y'all some footage too on that. Just give me a minute. Tonight gonna be fully packed. It's fully loaded. Tonight is fully loaded. I'm telling you. But did anybody miss what she just said, man? Man, don't start that, man. Don't start that. Jackie Prescott, I see you too, family. Wait, hold up. special entry day to you. I think you celebrated a entry day recently, right? Give a special. In fact, to all the March borns, again, fully shout out for y'all fancy people in the month of March. Y'all be marching out. Y'all know how we do. First time I'm seeing this show. Okay, well, wait a minute, Aunt Mrs. Welch. Well, welcome to Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. Welcome to the family. In fact, hold on a minute. For those who want more information on the program information at the bottom of the screen. You can give us a WhatsApp call as well for more information. The number is on there somewhere. But I want to see who's paying attention. Who's paying attention? Let me see if Steve got it. You are not lawyer. If you don't try it, case, that is your PM. Nah. Raise the line coming from these houses. You know what? Don't make me fail this whole class, man. I'm going to play this again. Listen to what she's just said. Listen to what, you see, we listen to overstand. Listen to this, family.
The implementation of these recommendations. And sir, I look forward to being a part of that meeting, not as chair, but as a participant with them. In the meantime, though, sir, we are setting the standard and sending the signal. And government starts this ball rolling today. One of the main delays in any land transaction is the investigation of titles. This is required because except for lands in registered areas, title to land is not guaranteed.
You catch it? I'm going to play it again.
Because except for lands in registered areas, title to land is not guaranteed.
Except for lands in registered areas, titles to land are not what? Hold on, man. I hope y'all pay. Except for registered lands, titles for lands are not. Let me play it again, man.
Because except for lands in registered areas, title to land is not guaranteed.
So wait, hold up. What that mean? Titles to land. So again, I'm not even professing to be no lawyer here. Somebody can't pull a card, but I on here don't understand this and understand that. And because they're quick to want to do that. I think Endar did that this morning, trying to belittle Mr. Thorne. I don't know. This is just, look, they so funny, it's not even funny. I noticed one thing though, they all getting fat. So when Mr. Thorne said that, a bunch of fat men, I don't know if he was referring to them, and he quoted some sort of Greek poetry or whatever. But I know they getting fat, boy. I don't know. It's all that fancy meat they be importing. I be hearing things too. Look, man. What does that mean? Land that isn't registered. So here's a question for you. Hold on a second. So is that why the people in the Pine can't get title deeds for the houses that some of them already paid money for? The people in Haynesville can't get the title deeds for the houses. The family down in Deacon's Farm. Show it to Deacon's Farm, by the way. All my people in Deacon. You know who you be. That's why people can't get no titles. The folks up in Erie Hill. The folks all the way down in St. Lucie. Silver Hill. Gore Hill. Shout out to Gore Hill, by the way. Silver Hill. Come on, man. Like, wait a minute. So how is it that, is this why they can't get their title deeds after all these years and all the money's paid? They still can't get a title deal in which to go to the bank to use the title deed to access loans that you talk about from the private sector? They can't even refinance in the case where they don't have the documents to do anything. But hold on, it gets more interesting.
We have set a target of 10,000 housing solutions, sir, over the next few years.
Hopefully.
And these will be largely done on lands owned by the state.
Whoa, hold on. 10,000 homes on land owned by the state. I want y'all to pay attention now, really close. Listen to this carefully.
To bring greater certainty to title and to relieve attorneys of long and complex title searches of state lands.
Relief attorneys of title searches for state lands. So wait, state lands. Let me hold on, man. Let me sip this. Thanks, Princess. Daughter, bring me a mix. Oh man. So hold on a minute. State lands. Is this the same land that was once called Crown land? Is this the same land we're talking about? Just so we clear. Yeah, guess who's back, family? Guess who's back, man? Guess who's back? Yeah. Give me a sound check. Can you hear me? You cannot make this stuff up, man. Like, you cannot make this stuff up, man. I was joking about the Chinese hack, man. And come on, y'all can't take a joke. I mean, y'all get there and cuss each other all day, every day. Y'all can't take a joke. Like, yo, come on, man. Get the Rastaman a break, nah. Yeah, well, you can't stop the truth. It's going to happen. It's going to come out. It's going to come out. Look, Maria, go tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all want to play with me? I'm gonna play them other videos in a second, man. Where were we? Yeah. No sound. You can hear me now? No volume. You can hear me now? Sound check, man. Mic check. Try to disconnect the roster, man. Are you mad? The brother said, I'm still paying land tax that they basically renting from government. Yeah, I told y'all, stop giving the government your money. Stop it. Stop paying them taxes. Stop paying them anything. If everybody stop paying them, what are they going to do? That 20,000 people in Barbados stop paying them. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Nothing. Stop paying them. Those who want to pay, let them pay. They got nothing to do with you. What are they going to do? Then again, they might formulate a Black Alliance force and come and invade Barbados to bring back democracy. Y'all laughing, right? Y'all laughing. Serious, man. Serious. Oh, man. Anyhow, family, let me get back into the swing of things. Here we go. Let me go out and play this right here. So let me just backtrack a bit to pick up where we left off.
To bring greater certainty to title and to relieve attorneys of long and complex title searches of state lands, we will shortly be amending the Crown Lands Vesting and Disposal Act to provide that all lands transferred from the state shall have an indefeasible title. In other words, sir, a state guarantee of title. Even them big words, I feel need to go and banish back to the 19th century with the British.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it there for a little bit because there's some housework we got to do real quick. Let's go back here real quick and catch up.
To relieve attorneys of long and complex title searches of state lands. We will shortly be amending the Crown Lands Vesting and Disposal Act.
We will shortly be revising. Listen, I'm gonna play this again. I need to slow this down so y'all could catch this thing clearly.
Of state lands. We will shortly be amending the Crown Lands Vesting and Disposal Act.
Vested and Disposal Act. Okay. Revising. Okay. Wait a minute. Vested and Disposal Act. I wrote that down here. Crown Land Vested and Disposal Act. Somebody write that down for me, please. That's going to be very important in another few minutes.
To provide that all lands transferred from the state shall have an indefeasible title.
An indefeasible title. All lands transferred by the state will have an indefeasible title. What them words mean? In fact,
in other words, sir, a state guarantee of title. Even them big words, I feel need to go and banish back to the 19th century with the British.
All right, so you want to get rid of the big words. I agree, but what's that defeasible word? What'd that mean? I'm going to come to that in a minute, but make a note of that too. Make a note of that right there. So the state going to take the Crown Land. They're going to revise the act, the Crown Land Vested and Disposal Act. Listen to the term. Remember, I had that up here a few months ago when I talked with the Crown Land and we read through it in terms of how you can claim Crown Land. Yeah, because it wasn't registered and therefore there's no title to it, which means that they can't claim they own it because they don't have a title to it. Which means that if you are on the land, possession is 9/10, and therefore it is yours lawfully, not legally. But they're about to amend this to change that, though, so that all this land that is now called state land, that was initially Crown Land, can now have a clear title. This is crazy, family. Y'all understand what that really means? Hold on, there's more.
This is foolishness. A country that is so small, 166 square miles, and we can't get mortgages and land transactions done in under 3 to 6 months. Sir, at the moment, title is only guaranteed where the state sells the land, but not when the state transfers land without consideration.
Hold on again. Hold on again. Listen, I hope you all are listening. Let me play this back here again. Listen to what is said at this point.
Transactions done in under 3 to 6 months. Sir, at the moment, title is only guaranteed where the state sells the land.
Title is only guaranteed. Only guaranteed when the state sells the land. Only guaranteed when the state sells the land?
But not when the state transfers land without consideration.
But not when the state transferred land without consideration. In other words,
and this is what happens when we transfer it to the BT Barbados Tourism Investment Inc. or to the Hope Company or
to the Hope Company,
to any of the other entities that we may have to transfer it to.
Or to any of the other entities we may have to transfer it to. Wait. I can tell you right now who's one of them other entities, though. Barbados Progressive Congress. Because we coming for ours, and you ain't gonna be doing that. I don't know about nobody else. I ain't knocking nobody marching and walking, but here we're going on, right? If you have no land, you have no rights. This is servitude being called. This is, you know what this is? This is enslavement happening right in front of your eyes. The problem is we don't see it. It's like the mouse, the sticky trap, and the cheese. All they focusing on is the cheese. Oh, I want cheese. I want my rights to cheese. I'm supposed to have cheese once a week. You said you give me cheese. All right. I ain't get a piece of cheese, man. Look the cheese right there. So, and you go for that cheese, failing to realize they put a sticky trap in your way. You might even reach the cheese. I don't know. You might get the cheese. I don't know. What you won't be able to do is enjoy that cheese. That's for sure. Your focus is going to shift real quick when you come to the realization that the reality you're in is a trap. And that's what is being said. Look, I mean, this is out. You can't make this up, family. You cannot make this up. Perspective is all. Bear in mind, they're talking legalese. So I'm not even going to get into that yet. Notice the operative word there was yet. But we go into Black's Law in a minute, depending on how much time we have, because I don't plan to stick up tonight and drag this out. Hey, what's up, man? Let me just finish this piece.
This small measure, sir, in advance of the colloquium, will go a long way in cutting down the transaction time where the transaction involves state-owned lands.
So this is going to speed up the redistribution of land when it comes to, quote unquote, state-owned land. We're going to expedite this and give clear title deeds. We're going to rewrite this thing and expedite this thing. So all that crown land is sitting over there, just sitting all over the place. And guess what? We're going to start to sell that. But we ain't even saying that we're selling it. We doing transfer. The word they used was transfer. They didn't even talk about selling. They talk about transfer. Transfer could take a number of different forms. Because like I said, when we read the act at the time, the Vested Disposal Act, the Crown Land Vested Disposal Act, when we read it on this program, family, it even goes as far as saying a minister in that area can gift it to you. He can just say, look, they'll take that and go. You ain't got to pay for it. You identify it as yours. It good. It don't block no waterway. It don't disturb nothing. Get along with it. But then what happening? Because hopefully somebody's paying attention. Speaking of hope real quick, let me just push in the gear real quick here and go. I could go on with her all night. I don't want to do that. We're going to go to something else real quick. I'm trying to figure out if I should go to this one first. Let me go to this one first. Some of y'all might be seeing this for the first time. Some of y'all might not be seeing it for the first time. This is the Hope Project, the one in Lancaster anyway, with the smart homes, you know? The smart homes. It's quite interesting. This is a site layout. It's very attractive. We're looking at it. Oh, this looks like a nice little community. You know, they come and move in and that kind of stuff. You know, it's just a cookie cutter. It's basically a cookie cutter. And they're 2 bedrooms and they're 3 bedrooms for the, you know, just cookie cutters. And the reason I'm putting this up here is because Hope Foundation, well, the Hope, whatever Hope is, that foundation, Hope Barbados, I don't know what it's called because let me go here. Let me go here real quick. Let me just go ahead real quick. Let me get to it. The Hope Pool North St. John, that's another one. The house plan layouts is another one. Let me see if I could find it. What I'm looking for is, let me see. Let me go to the homepage. This the homepage? Oh, this is the homepage. Oh, no, it's not the homepage. Okay, here we go. A project by the government of Barbados. Energy efficient, hurricane resilient homes for the first time home buyers. Sounds interesting, quite frankly. In fact, I mean, if I ain't only better, I would think there was advertising sign for Sandy Lane. Nevertheless, this is what you just want to focus on right here. You know, this particular section. Home ownership providing energy Inc. Now, that's the thing. Home ownership providing energy Inc. Now, I'm just going to say this real quick because I don't want to stick up on this either. This is just a seed I planted for y'all to write this down, by the way. This is the HOPE project. We keep hearing the word hope, 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 but HOPE is just an acronym for Home Ownership Providing Energy Inc. So the name of the company isn't HOPE. I hope y'all get where I'm coming from. It's called Home Ownership Providing Energy. If you're going to look this up, make sure you take this name, copy it, go over to the website by Kaipo and put it in and see what comes up. Because it says this HOPE, as an acronym, is 100% owned by the government. Is 100% owned by the government. That's the point I want to make. That's the only point I want to make. So understand, right? When the prime servant talked about transferring property, let me go back here.
This small measure, sir, happens when we transfer it to the BT Barbados Tourism Investment Inc. or to the HOPE company.
All right, or to the HOPE company. Let me transfer this to the HOPE company. So understand, the government transferring land they say they own to a company that they say they own. So wait a minute, hold on. So the government transferring land they claim they own to a company that they claim they own in order to sell to people so they can have a clear-cut title deed. Boy, look, something sound real funny right there, though. I mean, I ain't a lawyer. Thank God. I ain't past the bar, but I know a little bit enough that you ain't gonna piss on my leg and tell me that it's raining. Something don't sound right there, man. And I could get into all the details about the directors and this stuff. And I mean, yeah, Ralph put it out there yesterday. South Africa, Zoom meetings. You can't make this up. But anyhow, I'm more interested in the land, though. In the land. The reshuffling of land and wealth in Barbados. That's what we're talking about. The land in Barbados. Where this going, family? Where this thing going? Let me show you where it's going. If we don't pay attention, remember I said we're going to land, air, and water, right? Let me go to the next one real quick. I ain't even going further. By the way, you can watch this on YouTube. It's in Barbados Parliament channel. You know what I'm saying? So it's a people's channel. Barbados Parliament is paid by the people, so it belongs to us. They belong to us. And the sister said I should put up a disclaimer. Maybe you should write me out one and inbox it to me, and I do that. I mean, yeah, why not? Wisdom is wisdom. Let me put this up here now. Let me go to this section right here. After land, let's do water. Yeah, let's do water first. Let's do the water first. Let's do water. Why not? Naturally, I would gravitate to water. Who knows? Those who know why. Who don't know. You find out just now. Be like water, family. You know what I'm saying? Stop being so emotional. I find Barbadians are getting really emotional, man. Like, even in relationships and stuff. Everybody just quick to get emotional. Just sit down and talk. Just talk it out. Just have a conversation. Just reason together. You know what I'm saying? Just reason it together. Reason. Everything gonna be all right, man. Just let's reason it and stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused on the objective, man. Which is the end goal. You know what I'm saying? Togetherness, long term. So we go for land. This is the other thing I noticed in what was being said yesterday that I don't think people get, though, really quick. But I just want to play this. It's too important to miss. Too important to miss.
We know, sir, that our country is among the 15 most water-scarce countries. In addition, the advancing rate of climate change is exacerbating our water crisis in several challenging ways. The truth is that we have had estimated around 20 that our rainfall will continue to decline, and that by the end of the century, it will be about 20% of what it is now. That is so frightening, sir, that when we think that some people will have children and grandchildren living at a time when this country's rainfall will be 1/5 of what it is now.
Now, hold on a second. Now, I don't know Miss Martin to be no prophet or what they call a prophetess, but I do know she make a few predictions of what she planned to do, and I've seen her come through with them. I don't know if this is one of those, but did y'all get what she just said? Let me play that again. Let me play that again.
Exacerbating our water crisis in several challenging ways. The truth is that we have had estimated around 20 that our rainfall will continue to decline, and that by the end of the century, it will be about 20% of what it is now.
Our rainfall will continue to decline. So wait a minute. Now, again, I've never checked the biometric stats and all this kind of stuff. So I really don't, I think it's worth looking into and asking questions at the meteorological office, where they do the rain thing and all that fancy stuff. And go pay a visit or have them do a JS special or something. What you're saying then is that we're getting less rainfall. And we are, and it's dropping, is noticeably dropping, declining. All right. And this is based on what exactly? This is based on the last 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, 400 years. What exactly we juxtaposing this again to say that we know for a fact that by the end of the century, we're going to have 20% less than we have now. It seems like if we have a problem now, if where we at is a problem, 20% less than where we at now is even a greater, 20% more of a problem, don't you think? So then, if we're going to have less water to distribute, then why invest so much in the water infrastructure or fixing the infrastructure by reinstalling new pipe mains and new pipes and whatnot, if you're saying that we ain't going to have the water anyhow by the end of the decade, end of the century? Why not? Well, not saying that you shouldn't fix certain issues. I'm just asking a question here, being a novice. What are some of the plausible solutions that we could look at in terms of generating water or harvesting water? I mean, if the rain falling and running off all the time and we claiming that we can't harvest water because we need to keep the water table at a certain level and whatnot. Okay, I'm not saying it is or isn't. There's no other way we can, because fresh water running into the sea, is still fresh water running into the sea. And we're running into the ground, it's running into the ground. I mean, without the rain water coming and running into the sea, I don't think that's the island ain't sinking, is it? I'm just asking the question. Is it? Just a question. I don't know what's going on, but listen to the rest of the statement.
That is so frightening, sir, that when we think that some people will have children and grandchildren living at a time when this country's rainfall will be 1/5 of what it is now.
1/5. 1/5 of what it is now.
Adding to this complexity, sir, is the age pipes that we all know about.
Okay.
And Mr. Speaker, I've learned that there are an average 80 burst mains a month in the Barbados Water Authority, for which the Barbados Water Authority must seek to repair. In addition to that, those bursts lead to loss of money, what they call non-revenue water. If you pump in a gallon and you're losing it, you can't pay for it. You can't get it charged. Can't get anybody to pay for it, sorry. But there's also the issue of discolored water because of the age of the pipes. And then there is, in addition to the mains, and most Bajans don't know this, another 1,100 to 1,500 service lines that are burst on a monthly basis.
Wait, hold on. What? How many?
1,500 service lines that are burst on a monthly basis.
1,500 lines burst on a monthly basis. 1,500. 1,500. 1,500. That's about 15, 16, 17. That's about 18,000 a year. Somebody come look at this. Somebody come look at this. So wait a minute. So again, so although we don't have water, we also wasting water clearly. And here's the thing: why we can't dam some of the water, harvest some of the water. I mean, if you do allow people to sell tanks and catch rainwater, why we just can't have a bigger tank and catch more rainwater, like the reservoir you got there up there by layers? Why can't we have different areas, doing a similar idea where we can actually pump water to families? Or let's look at desalination plants even better. I'm just answering the question. I mean, we don't have rain, be surrounded by water. What's the problem? Again, I'm hearing like a doom and gloom crisis, but I'm thinking, well, we surrounded by water. How could we have a water shortage? We surrounded by water, especially with the technology of desalination plants. And I'm sure we can install a few more, put one up in the northeast somewhere, put another one perhaps to service the East Coast, perhaps put one in the southeastern section, put one in the south, put one in Oistins for that matter, serving that particular area. So rather than invest in all these and again, anyway, food for thought. Mr. Ralph Thorne, I know you have ideas, so maybe these are things you plan to share with the people of Barbados as some of your plans going forward, and the manifesto or whatever it is that they tell the people about promises. I don't know, but I'm just saying, these are the initiatives that we need to take serious as a nation, as a whole, as a people. This is not a partisan thing. BLP, DLP, a shortage of water is a problem. That's just a reality. So again, when I hear these kind of conversations, I don't mind the back and forth gossip. That's necessary too. But in reality, there's some serious matters in between there that we need to look at. And this water issue is certainly without question one such matter. I saw somebody earlier was saying that they're making laws to basically serve themselves, which is true. The land is vested in the NHC. Well, or to any private entity. I think NHC now becoming private just now. A fine-tooth comb is needed to go through everything the head servant says. I'm telling you, fine-tooth comb, I don't even know if that, you mean that the ones that the hot presses use, the one that finer than that, man. You can't miss a beat with this one. Shout out to my people dealing with the Kingsland Estate matter, man. Y'all know who you are, man. Near and far. Because that stuff, Kingsland Estate, is another issue Barbados want to hide from. But they can't really hide from it. What is this portent for land acquisition from individuals? What I would say is this: when it comes to land acquisitions for individuals, in fact, when it comes to land acquisitions for individuals in Barbados, make sure first of all that you have a lawyer, an attorney that's legit, like legit. His portfolio should go back as far as you possibly can to verify the authenticity of this particular practice, because I could tell you there's so many cases we hear about with lawyers and individual land acquisitions, man, that don't always turn out right. I'm sure there's some that work out just fine. I find the ones with the foreigners work out way better than the ones I hear about people locally. I know so many people locally who have land issues with the lawyers. A lot of them never got their money. A lot of them never got their documents. A lot of them never got their titles. Money was never transferred. There's a lot of stuff going on in Barbados. So it's I don't know what to say about that, man. You have to be very, 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 very careful, Mrs. Welch. That's all I want to say to you. Just be very careful with that. If you need any assistance, make sure you contact Black Lion Security. I'm sure one of the competent staff members would navigate you through that turmoil water, that tumultuous, crazy, turbulent water, I don't know, called land acquisition in Barbados. Is madness. There's a few lawyers that could be a real pain if real pain in the personal area, if you know what I mean, man, or perhaps even a thorn in some cases. That's just me being shady, boy. I tell you. But they already have plans drawn up for the many developments they plan to build. Listen, Ms. Fleming, I'm telling you right now, right? You know what's going on, and it's obvious. That's why the language is such. And although they're back and forth, and the Barbadians love the show, they love the show. Come out things, man. Come out things. Lashes. There's a word for that. We love to see people, we love to see that. But while they're doing that, they slip it like the magic show, like David Copperfield. They walking through the wall, man. And nobody ain't seeing how they're doing it. They ain't seeing how they're doing it, man. We're not seeing how they're doing it, man. The people hear what they're saying, but it's hard to listen if you don't understand the language. Facts, man, facts. That whole project layout reminds me of Barbie in pods in the babies in pods in the Matrix movie, milking the people for their energy. It is so true, so true. Jalen said you can't make this shit up. You actually can't make it up. You really can't. I mean, you could try to make it up. It ain't gonna go the same way. You can't. You can't. The land houses going to the migrants. Listen, Wayne, stop it, Wayne. You're letting the cat out the bag. I ain't get there yet. Don't forget, they said they're going to import 187,000 people. They got to put them somewhere. They can't put them in a chatter house. This in the World Cup back in 2007. Was it 2007? Where you got to know, bet Airbnb, the birth of Airbnb, Barbados 2020. It was the World Cup 2007. Rent out a bedroom. All these folks gonna be coming here. People done extend their house, belong 2 rooms, all kind of stuff, and then get one tourist. Boy, look, you cannot make this up. You cannot. She's saying what the WEF told her to say based on their climate change. Yes, I agree. Shout out to Daffodil, man. How should know about how the rain can fall, and is she God? Listen, that's why he said what I said. So that's going to make people nervous, and like we need to get them pipes quick because to justify what they're doing, they got to like in Haiti, they got to justify going in there. So they talk about gangs and cannibals. Listen, first of all, that's for the record, disclaimer. That video with the cannibalism thing too, that's an old video. That video was old. I see that video since. That's so old and not even funny. That's not a current video. And furthermore, who knows if that guy was being paid to do it? Because look who channel posted that video. Look at the individual channel. Look at the individual and do a little background on him. You'll see what's really going on, family. A lot of people working. The question is who they really working for. Don't get tapped in this game right now, family. This is some serious times we in, man. The prophecy is flawed. That's a fact. The water as on the earth has been here from the beginning of time. It is ancient. I love it. It's a fact, Rowan. Preach the gospel, sis. Preach it. Look, family, let me show you all right. We got to manifest a different mentality. Don't let these people put the fear of God in you. You got the spirit of God in you. So don't let them put you on a different trajectory for your own demise, man. They're talking nothing but pure propaganda and lies. That's all I see, man. Look in their eyes. Politicians talking. I'm going to show you some more in a minute, man. I'm going to show you some more. I'm trying to go through some of the chat because the folks cuss me with the chat. Sound like a computer model on the weather. Yes, it does, Sean. It does. But guess what? She's being told what she's being told to do. Bear in mind, she's just the prime servant. She is not the boss. I want y'all to keep remembering that. She's the boss of that group and those who fall under her umbrella. But that's as far as that goes. That authority only go but so far. Huh? Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Yes, Wayne, the math. There was a plan for disposed plants as part of the water source solution. No, wait. The desalination plants, I mean, when they said it was going to build this stuff and put these things up, that was a while ago because that would solve the water issue, wouldn't it? I mean, I'm certain that would solve the water issue. I mean, what she said, 1,100 to 1,500 or something so a month. They curse ships by the war. That's a good question. That's a very good question. Are the cruise ships buying the water? I mean, they could be. You got so many burst pipes. I mean, wait. I think I see. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. You can't. Someone told me one time that the reason why we was getting such shortage of water because the cruise ships. Now, I don't know how much water a cruise ship actually holds. If somebody could tell me really quick, that'd be nice. That would be nice. That would be nice. A cruise ship. I mean, what has how many people? Like 5,000 people sometimes, and then ships go on about 4,000 or 5,000 people. I can't imagine. I mean, the ship is shoot. I can't imagine. I don't have a clue. I think the ships have their own desalination plant built into the ship, and it just kind of makes sense. They don't have to buy water; just suck it up and keep moving. But I ain't a shipbuilder on this cycle, so I can't speak to that. Maybe I was. I don't know. We can't say we ain't tell us. We can't say. We ain't tell us, but the truth is we hearing it straight from her proverbial mouth. Wow, overs, I understand. Thank you. Respect for your perspective. Eyes are wide open, not wide shut. I give thanks, family. Tian, I give thanks same way, man. Respect to everyone tuning in. Because the energy and the synergy. Tell a friend, family, because they got this shadow ban on the page. So you ain't gonna find it. Sometimes I can't even find my own program, just looking for it. That sounds crazy, but it's in truth. Can't believe it. Here's the deal though, family. I want to push in the clutch real quick. In fact, let me one more thing.
80 mains and 1,100 to 1,500 service lines. Those are the smaller pipes going to our houses. Mr. Speaker, the revenue losses from non-revenue water is too high. And when you add that to the already depressed revenues from the arrears and other inefficiencies, we have a serious and daunting task, but it is not impossible. Mr. Speaker, we have to generate the efficiency of the Water Authority's operations, including its arrears collection. Last year, we announced an amnesty. Regrettably, only a couple hundred people chose to benefit from it. But the truth is that we have to come to the reality that water will soon attract a premium across the entire world.
Okay. We have to collect the arrays. I know I couldn't let that. We have to collect on the arrays, and water could be attracting a premium across the world. So that might answer your question, Anne. Is the ships buying the water? Listen, it attracts a premium. If somebody gonna pay you more money for your water, and the people in Barbados ain't paying money for the water, and they already in arrays, what you think the government gonna do? Keep giving you water that you ain't paying for, and quote unquote incurring a debt and a deficit, or give it to the cruise ships who paying them a premium for this coral stone filtered crispy water. Because they want the one that go any chemicals. They want the ship going to treat their own water. You know that. They want that crystal crisp clear water that you find in Harrison Cave, man. Which happened to be, by the way, filtered through the same toilet water that Donny Wells called the toilet water. All that. You feel the well water does go, family, just for the record. Anybody want to drink to that? And just saying. Cruise ships have a capacity of hold 500,000 gallons of fresh water. What? Shout out to the inbox crew, man. Y'all don't miss a beat. But shout out to Fade, by the way. The whole Fade family, man. Like, you know, they at first they laugh, right? Then they ridicule, but then they join. Let's keep that in mind, family. Keep that in mind all the time, man. Let me just say this, man. I'm gonna leave it at that point right there. I just want to go right to the next one because I see the time. Wait, after shucks, time goes by when you're having fun. Let me jump. So I said land, water, and air. Let's go to the air now. Let's do that one real quick. This was definitely one of my favorites here, though. I can't front. I was waiting to get this for a minute, and I was just marking time, to reach this point, and I'm at this point now. Let me see how I can. Is it here? Let me see. Yeah.
Playing fit.
Yeah, let me go back here a bit. Go back here a bit.
Households now too. People keep a lot of meat in the freezer. Everything.
Yeah. I gotta go back. I think I'm too far forward though. I gotta go back. It's back. Trying to get the timeline right. So here we are now with the final segment of this section. Really quick. This is critical. Now remember that whole photovoltaic thing? Everybody rushed and got their panels, especially ones were given away for free. Put on the roof. You can save energy and like the power go and buy it back. Just set it your roof and your light bill won't be going forward, it'll be going back. So you're getting a check rather than paying a bill. But guess what? Light and power only have the capacity to store but so much. So if you have stuff you want to feed the grid, they can't store it. You're not really going to get back money the way they said it. The way they sold you the idea initially isn't what's going on now. The issue is storage and battery storage. They don't have no way to store it. There's a problem with that.
Or one day loss of electricity, all the meat in the freezer gone.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a shop, but it's in most Barbadian households now too.
Serious.
People keep a lot of meat in the freezer, everything gone through. Mr. Speaker, we need storage now.
Storage.
And it's not just the government that's saying it. It's not just the utility applying for it.
Listen.
All of Barbados heard the Bankers Association today in the paper telling you about removing regulatory red tape. Now we have to regulate, but we have to do it quickly and efficiently. And Mr. Speaker, by introducing storage into the system, what are the banks telling us? That they have over $500 million in investment for renewable energy that is being tied up. $500 million. Not million. B for billion, B for Barbados.
B for billion, B for Barbados. So what she's saying is that the banks are claiming, and I did hear it this week, and I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. They'd have a solution for that, though. We have a storage. We do have a plan. I know that for a fact. We spoke this over a year ago, how we would store energy. In fact, I would even put it out here now. What I would say, though, is that, Miss Motley, listen, anybody send her a message for me, please, because I don't have her number. I know a few folks got it in their phone on speed dial. Tell her, if she wants a consultant, because they said they're going to stop bringing outside consultants. Listen, tell them, shout out Fade. Really, they can shout Fade. We can have a meeting, discuss what our initiatives are for that storage problem. And I'm being very serious on this because it's a way of helping the nation as a whole. So we won't keep it's like Wakanda. We ain't gonna keep the technology and the knowledge to ourselves. We're willing to share it with the wider Barbados. Yeah, but I gotta be honest, man. It might be for a small fee, man. I ain't gonna even front. Not necessarily a monetary fee though, but we could work out the fine details. I'm sure it's in the interest of the nation. We'll share the information, no problem. And we would accept in any form of compensation. And you can label it as reparation. In reality, it would be accurate. And we can go forward from there. And we can continue to build the nation accordingly. And I'm sure folks there will definitely see the credibility in what is being nurtured is the best word. But we do have a solution for you, Ms. Motley, for the storage issue. And that the banks have, quote unquote, B for billions, 500 million. You said US? You said us? I don't remember. And the bank, then we could tap into that. We do have a solution to that crisis. And I'm very serious. And this is considered now at this point a public servant announcement. We do have a solution. Faders, the numbers on the screen. Call it 838-8253 and arrange a meeting, and we could discuss it going forward in a very diplomatic way. Yes, Rastafari, Sila. So having said that, I'm going to leave it at that for now. I'm going to switch gears real quick because I do want to do something that I think is important. And I do mean that, by the way, because a lot of folks invested in those, man, and got on their roof and, trying to think they're going to make money. And right now, a lot of folks ain't making that money. That investment, the loan they took out for 10, 20, 30 years, whatever, for those panels on the roof and the whole apparatus, there's a shelf life for that. So if you can't maintain that shelf life after the shelf life and the money ain't paid back, what you going to do? You look like your money getting burned. You know what I'm saying? And so look to the sky, family. the solution, man, battery storage. How are you going to store this energy? And like I said, we do have a solution, and we're willing to share that with the nation for sure. And I'm being upfront, you know what I'm saying? I think it'd be a greater good for Barbados as a whole. We got to start thinking as one nation. We can't be thinking BLP, DLP. Whoever's in charge of the corporation, you're gonna have to work with them. That's their business. You know, it's either you develop separate or you work with them. So that's just the long and short of it. We got to stop playing victim and then, volunteering to be a victim, then screaming that you're being victimized. Well, you put yourself in the position in the first place. Like, will you come on, man? Let's get real. Let's get real about this. I want to put this up though. Let me just shift this really quick because of time, in the interest of time. Believe it or not, I'm actually going to do this. Now, I came across this footage today as well. I'm gonna play only two of them really quick. And this is the brother Neil Rowe. And y'all know he was in the news recently, along with his daughter. And I think that's just a really sad event that the brother find himself in the position he's in. And those allegations are serious allegations. And again, I wasn't there. I don't know. So I'm not choosing one or the other. But what I would say is that, when you see a man fall, you don't laugh, you learn. And there's much to be learned from this situation, because apparently Mr. Rowe, in his presentation this morning, had something to share with the people of Barbados. It was considered, I guess, a warning. And I felt it was important enough that I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. And so I'll give Mr. Rowe his Samson moment and reclaim himself in this presentation. Listen to this, family. Listen to this very carefully.
Sir, every child shall aspire to reach high office, no matter the school he or she attains. A man who has presented that he holds an MBA in finance from the University of Liverpool, and no such program is offered. Mr. Speaker, sir, I did my research, sir, and I made contacts with Student Affairs Department at the University of Liverpool. Sir, listen, and I have the documents that I could share. Make it a document of the House, sir. I can make them a document of the House. And I think it is very misleading on the leader of the opposition to be doing such things, especially a man that holds such high integrity.
Wait, he's speaking about Mr. Ralph Torn? Nah. Wait. You telling me that this man said
that there are aspiring political opportunists?
You telling me that he's saying that Mr. Ralph Torn claims to got documents from a school in England, and that he called the school in England and check it, and they're saying that he don't have those credentials? I'm just asking the question. Is it how could he get in Parliament? And he said he has the documents he could put on file in Parliament. Look, family, this might be a show, but it's the show of the century. Because, like he said, a man of such an integrity that he spoke about. If this is indeed Mr. Torn, you're going to have to address this effect again as the Speaker of the opposition, and you represent the people. I'm not saying, it might have been, maybe there's an error, a typo or something. I'm just saying, we just getting it clear. Let's get it clear. Let's just get it clear. All I'm saying is let's get it clear. Because inquiring minds want to know. Why would Mr. Rowe, who has his hands full with his own issues, come to court and commit basically perjury by lying to the House, the Honorable House, whatever that means, and at this point claiming that you yourself, who claim to have degrees in certain fields, man, I don't know, man. Make it make sense. But as if that wasn't sufficient, I can't even front. I got one that's hot off the press, and I got to play it again for the sake of the people. Since we be being open, everybody told transparency. Let's just answering questions. Let's answer some questions then. Let's answer some questions. Here's another question for you. Miss Bradshaw had a few things to share as well, but I'm gonna let her tell it.
For the honorable member for Christchurch South, knowing that he has privilege in this chamber, sir, to come to this place, to pretend as though he can skip and skirt around the law and profess that he can read from the Prevention of Corruption Act, quoting Section 8.2, giving an impression that I've taken something, sir, in some way that would lead to an aspersion on my own character, sir. I say it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate, sir, because I got a grandmother who taught me that he who is without sin cast the first stone. I came up with a grandmother who told me that you shouldn't call the pot shouldn't call the kettle black. He also said in this chamber, sir, that we come to this job with reputations that are not always savory. And in his very smirkish way, he said, I'm not here to embarrass anybody. We must act with a sense of decorum in this place, sir. Well, I'm going to act with a sense of decorum this evening, and I'm going to act in a way where I will not embarrass any member, but I will put the facts before this house for the people who are in this chamber and for all Barbados to appreciate that the man who speaks needs to be unmasked in this chamber. Because we do not recognize him as a voice of the people. He was never a voice of the people on this side.
Y'all listening?
He was never a voice. You heard the young lady who spoke, the old lady who spoke about how he treated to her in relation to her disability, the woman who nominated him. We heard about that. We heard within the first few days of him coming to this place, sir, the aspersions he cast on the homeless society, sir, on homeless people in this country, making it seem as though the work of the people at the shelter had been reduced to singing lullabies and reading bedtime stories, sir. That is the person who is the leader of the opposition and the leader of the Democratic Labour Party, sir. That is the person who I want to unmask this evening, sir. And I said, I am sorry he is not here, but I know he can hear my voice, sir. Because I have in my possession, and I must tell you that the other saying my grandmother always told me is that those who know you are not all dead. Those who know you are not all dead. And Madam Deputy Speaker, as I drove home last night, you know, I listen, I hear what he said, I sit down and I take it in. But as I drove home, I got a text message. And the text message indicated to me, DPM, when you get home, something been left at the house for you. Because I don't like how the leader of the opposition behaved. I don't like the allegations towards the Honorable Prime Minister that she said, case closed, after you indicated you had no dealings with this check, that you didn't give any contract to the gentleman who made the donation, that all you tried to do from the time I have known you is to make sure that poor people in this country get a little something to eat and that they can breathe a little better, sir. So the message, I'm looking at this message and I'm saying, what is this now? I got to ask my security, what is that going on? I got to be concerned about what is left. But I said to myself, you know, all who know you are not dead. Because as I walked into the house, I was able to pick up an envelope with a couple documents, sir. And I have a couple questions for the leader of the opposition and for the party that he serves and the people who serve with him. Because I suspect that what I'm about to disclose, sir, maybe they may have got wind of it. I don't know where else it went yesterday, but they may have got wind of it. And as I sat here, I watched each of them make an exodus out of this room before the honorable leader of the opposition finished speaking. It wasn't the president of the Democratic Labour Party. It was the former president of the Democratic Labour Party, sir. It was even one of his honorable senators that he just appointed. They didn't have time to hear what he had to say. And the truth is, we sat through it painfully, but we sat through it because that is what we do. We came here to listen to the concerns that he will express in here. But the truth of the matter is, sir, that the document that I read from, AG, Honourable Member for St. Joseph, I want to tell you that by the end of this session, I'm going to have some work for your people to do.
Work? I
read from a letter dated November 29, 2009, addressed to the Commissioner of Police, Police Headquarters, Coleridge Road, Bridgetown. It says, Dear Sir, the attached Mayor's report was prepared and presented to the Board of the Urban Development Commission in response to their request to investigate reports made by clients of the Commission. The Commission is of the view that the report points to activities that might be considered as maladministration at best. While we are aware that any accusations made that connect individuals to them may lead to conclusions about the individual's behavior or character, not to invite your investigations could deem the Commission irresponsible. Some of the matters included in the report have created tension between the Commission staff and the tenants, and some of them remain incomplete. We therefore urge your office to move quickly to have any matter raised in the report fully investigated so that the Commission can make a determination on the way forward. Your prompt attention is appreciated. and anticipated. Yours truly, Derek Aline, Director of the Urban Development Commission. And many of you may wonder where this is going. I call the names because I come to this chamber with a sense of decorum. I come here not to embarrass, but I know that the author of this letter also has supported the Honorable Leader of the Opposition, and I believe was here present yesterday as well in support of his presentation, and is also one of two individuals who were former General Secretaries of the Democratic Labour Party. And therefore, the report that I'm about to refer to, Madam Deputy Speaker, is a report which was authored by none other than Gaisa Mears, also another General Secretary, former General Secretary of the Democratic Labour Party. This report concerns a number of irregularities that had developed in the handling of the transfer of title proceedings by an officer, and I'm not calling any names, Madam Deputy Speaker, but by an officer who was the principal legal counsel.
Wait a minute. This is about land? Well, we just had that conversation about land and lawyers, and you got to be careful. You're telling me that this is about title deeds and lands? Nah, say it ain't so, man. Say it ain't so, man. Somebody stop. Look, say it ain't so, man. Say it ain't so, Ralph. Ralph, say it ain't so. But then again, that was one of the questions I did have for you when you first crossed the floor. I asked you if you knew about Violet Beckles and her estate. I asked if you knew Alex Mitchell. And did they pay you to do work for Miss Beckles? That, I'm just saying, I mean, the check is there. They got the stub, they got the return check, but they ain't got the documents you said you was going to do. If I'm in error, please correct me. All I'm saying is correct me. I'm just asking you for the sake of the people that you, look, man, Barbados is putting their faith in you. Look, man, hold up, man. Let me adjust my mic. Since I hear you right, the Ivory Coast Torn giving them a spiritual correction. I don't think Torn has the spiritual capacity to give them any correction. If he does, he's going to have to do a bit more as far as I'm concerned. And I'm going to make it very clear right now. Right now, Barbados, the people who truly are affected and feeling this situation are the ones putting their God-known, hard-earned passion behind this man. That is beautiful. But don't take the people for a ride, Mr. Thorne. Don't do it. If you know, right, that you playing a role with these people and it's all theatrics, look, man, step aside. Your judgment will be far different. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you for the people and you truly for the people, the first thing I want you to see you do is denounce that Casey crap that I hear people calling you. And the thing is, I ain't never heard you denounce it. That, I think if you did, that'd be a video that they're going to circulate. You need to denounce that King's Council fraudulent claim. You never was knighted no King's Council. The king never called you. Then again, maybe I'm speaking out of turn. Maybe there's a reason why you have that title, quite frankly. Maybe I am misinformed. In fact, you know what? Tell me more, Santia.
At the Urban Development Commission. And it was in respect of several tenantries, the transfer of several tenantries.
Several.
The first one was Nurse Land, sir. Nurse Land tenantry in St. Stephen's Hill, Blackrock. On the 9th of August, 2004, there was a check. Imagine that, a check.
A check.
Bearing reference number 7958, constituting a subsidy payment of $12,250 drawn on the UDC Capital Works account, paid to Mr. Ralph A. Thorne, attorney at law, in respect of Lot 7, on behalf of a client of the commission. The unsigned copy of the document bears the name of the legal officer and legal assistant who seem to have signed on behalf of the director. On the same date, 9th of August, another check, also signed, prepared a subsidy of $6,705.97, drawn on the UDC Capital Works account, paid to Mr. Ralph A. Thorne, attorney at law, in respect of Lot 3, on behalf of another client of the commission. On the 9th of August again, another check constituting a subsidy payment of $12,500 was drawn on the UDC Capital Works account, paid to Mr. Ralph A. Thorne, attorney at law, in respect of a Lot 4, on behalf of another client of the commission. The report says, Madam Deputy Speaker, that it is of interest and probably a matter that needs further investigation, that these cases were all referred to the same attorney at law, who is known to be close to the principal legal counsel on the same date. Some considerable time has passed since these referrals without the work had been completed. However, this delay, though inordinate, may not necessarily speak to unlawfulness. However, the determinative factor is whether the attorney's inaction amounts to him assuming the role of the owner by deciding what should be done with the money in his possession. It may reasonably be assumed that if one is in possession of funds for an excess of 4 years and has done no visible work in relation to the matter referred, then one has perhaps stepped into the shoes of the owner for the purposes of the control of those funds.
Well, I look, man, this goes on for another 10 minutes, which I won't play that, but you're more than welcome to go check it out. It's on live, like I tell you, on the line. Go see for yourself and realize that, Mr. Torn, like I said, I'm all for you. I'm open to the idea that you say you want to speak on behalf of the people. I mean, I've heard that before so many times. I'm a bit shell-shocked and somewhat cynical. You're going to have to do a bit more than this pomp a set in a blue suit and a coronation to impress me. I'm just saying, these folks coming at you, man. Go find your stones, bro, because Goliath is charging. And if you think that, you know, you can handle this Goliath without your own, like I said, you're going to need your own. I don't know if your team was handpicked for you, but if your team was handpicked for you, just make sure you're not a pawn on the chessboard, man. I'm just saying, you might not be the actual player, but you might be being played, man, and everybody with you. I'm giving you that heads up. Consider that in my first shot fire. Somebody asked, what's with the scarf she's wearing? Uh-oh. 1971, Santia. Everybody want to know what's up with the scarf. Man, probably one of the big women lent her. That is so, you know what? Y'all ain't easy at all. Y'all ain't easy at all. Y'all ain't easy at all. How old is this document? How long was it in that envelope that was just happened to dig up? They always got envelopes, man. It doesn't matter who they plan to open and dig up. That's just what it is, man. Get out my head. Sachi looks like Auntie Mia Dresser. Look like Auntie Mia Dresser. Maybe that might be your next prime minister. If it's her versus Torn, I guess that's how it's gonna go. Shots already being fired, man. Anyhow, family. I ain't gonna. So I got another video to play, man. I ain't gonna play that one. I ain't gonna let that one slide. I'm gonna let that slide. But like I said, she goes on. She pull out documents after document. That envelope must have been thick. There's a whole file on Mr. Ralph Torn and a lot of things that may make his career look a little shady. And the problem with that, though, family, is, you know, like I said, politics, that kind of environment. So he's fine. Thorne is gonna be fine. He's you know, he gotta be used to that by now. So which year was this? Was under the DLP or the BLP administration? To be honest with you, Wayne, that was under the DLP administration. Apparently, I think Thorne was a DLP first. Then he ran across to the B. I don't know what happened, but apparently, no, he going back over to the D. This guy's kind of looking. I don't know if he was trying to pull a Hamila or he was following Hamila. I ain't really sure what it was, but I mean, if he was getting 2004, that's definitely DLP time. Definitely DLP time. If I'm not mistaken. Wait a minute, hold on. No, I don't think so. That's Oenatha 2004. It sounds like Oenatha. I wasn't even in Barbados in 2004. In 2008 is David Thompson, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that might be BLP time. And but to me, you know how it go, man. The B, the D, you know, just a bracket away. All look the same to me. Those without sin cast the first song. She cleared the air on the bribery check debacle. Yeah, well. Yeah, the scarf is nice, though. I can't front. 1971, that probably speaks to her birth date, most likely. I don't know if I'm outing her right now by saying that. And how would I know that? Yeah, that might be the question for the night. How would I know that? Yeah, man. All these actors are the same. Like I said, Barlum Bailey. Is Barlum Bailey? Is that the name of the circus? Barlum Bailey, something like that. I see Jackie in the building, man. Those things would have been kept under the carpet. Well, come out things. It's right. If he never crossed, he would have kept. But he crossed. In fact, a lot of them are not happy that he crossed. In fact, they speak to the fact that, in fact, you know what? What I thought was most impressive about what Santia said, and I got to use the word impressive, because again, this is the same questions I asked when we first came out, when he first crossed. And like I said, initially, I asked these questions from the door. Others embraced him. I'm not saying don't embrace him. I'm saying before you fully embrace him and submerge him into what was going on as a movement, question this man here. Did you go to Mia before you cross and state your concerns with where the party was going? Because what Santia said later on in this her presentation is that apparently when they have meetings, Mia put them all in a room and she asks everybody a question. You know, what do you think about this? What do you feel about that? And everybody has the opportunity to say what they have to say. So if one's disagreed at that point in time, one had a right to say something. And if one didn't have the right testicular, better yet, these right stones to hurl at Goliath, one shouldn't go throwing spears, because only the stone gonna work. And if you don't have the right stones, the right size stones to launch at Goliath, you can't topple it. You can't topple it, man. This is true for sure. You need some serious backup for real. That's what I'm saying. See, Jackie, I'm glad, because a lot of folks are like, why you dissing Ralph Torn? Why? I'm not dissing anybody. I've never been on this program dissing a fella. I speak straight from the heart. I speak straight up. All I'm saying is, if Ralph Torn is serious about what he's doing, I hope that his team, because I don't think he's by himself doing all this work. I mean, unless he's politically incorrect. But even I am politically incorrect. There's a whole team behind me. You might see me up front. There's a whole team. Local, regional, international team. I give thanks for everyone that contribute and support this effort in whatever form they take. Whatever, but there's some folks that inbox me that I just delete. Yeah, y'all know who y'all are. Nah, I ain't into that. No, I ain't speaking on that at all. Nah, I ain't doing that. I have decorum myself. It's not. We're not here for that. We're here to find solutions, man. Discuss these issues, not just to talk about them and point fingers. So I think, Tony, you need to check yourself carefully, man. I don't know. I think they're planning for you, man. I mean, it's obvious, but all this is distractions. Because while we watching you being distracted by all the different accusations, I'm gonna just use that word. You know, my disclaimer, family. Give thanks to the people again, Ms. Fleming. I mean, in reality, right? All I'm gonna say is, man, please deal with the real issues that affecting Barbadians, like this land issue, this water issue. Sorry, the land, air, and the water issue. The law that affected the people in Barbados. They're about to lose the whole country. Why you all sing on dance and do the all political waltz. And you can always remember where you heard that first. Political waltz. You can coin it if you don't mind. Sorry, I don't mind. But for sure, distractions. It's a fact. So while the public getting caught up with all the gossip, all the juice, he do what? He carry this body money. He do what? He ain't got no documents. He didn't go to school in Liverpool. Did he not go to school in Liverpool? I hope that ain't the truth though, brother, man. But anyhow, you wouldn't be the first politician who claimed they got documents from overseas in England that don't got documents, because I know there's a few people in Barbados who claim they got documents overseas. Shout out to Jackie, by the way, and the matriarch in the UK. Shout out to my UK family, Steve as well. He must be going to sleep by now because the time they're a bit different. I don't be on here normally so long sometimes, but tonight was one of them nights. I had to come and bring the fuel to the fire, bring the heat, because heat is the only thing going to purify this thing, family. Anyhow, Parliament, oh man, let me tell you something, right? Speak the facts that there are a bunch of corrupt individuals. If they didn't leave that fall, his secrets would have been safe with his friends, quote unquote friends. There ain't no friends in there. Yeah, don't fool yourself. Politicians, they smile and laugh at each other, but trust me, boy, if they trust each other, they really in the wrong circle. Teeth hate to see teeth with long bag, yeah. Keep that in mind. Now you see each other. None of them can't tell the other come back. It's serious, serious. So understand, him crossing the floor don't mean nothing. He got somebody folder just like somebody got his folder. That's how that game is played. I like this right here, though. I would say, but nobody ain't carrying the Maroons to court. Let me talk this talk now. That's what I'm talking about. Let me deal with the law, the land. Let me deal with the air, the solar energy and the battery storage going forward. Let me deal with the water, because the truth of the fact is desalination plants are good, but there are also other devices where we could generate water from thin air. Let me talk facts. Spade got a whole bunch of initiatives lined up, man. Sustainability of the system. We don't have a choice. Barbados National Congress, the People's National Congress. Show it to the whole Caribbean, the Antilles. But just as a note to self real quick, by the way, the elder sent me a link, elder. I give thanks for it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I got to put this up before I go tonight for sure. Shout out to my family in Dominica, by the way. And I give thanks for the link, elder. I had it here. I'm not seeing it, but I can always find it. That ain't an issue. That no issue. I could find it. That no issue. I got it right here. I got it. Yeah, I got it here. I got it here. This is a U.S. Air Force C-17 landed in Guyana today. And I want to just share this real quick. I just want to share this real quick. Let me just share this one instead. Let me go here real quick. Speaking about Maroons, right, family? Look here, family. Yeah. So this is what it looks like, family. Yeah, C-17 landed in Guyana today. Now, I just want to make this clear. Let me put it as clear as possible so that nobody don't misunderstand what I'm about to say. You know, we as a people, sometimes we don't get it together. We don't get it right. We misunderstand things, but I want y'all to listen to me very carefully. So we got a whole big set of noise going on up in the Antilles. This is an Antilles conversation. We got America looking to invade Haiti using a Black Alliance force as a front while they pull the strings in the back. Sending the blacks first to kill the blacks and kill off some, so that when we come in, we gonna lose so much casualty, if any. Well, the situation dread here. So we got American military in the north, up by Haiti, the Antilles, that take over the first part of the Antilles right there. We got America, and at the bottom now we got America landing troops now also in Guyana. Let me see if I get this here straight. I'm gonna say it again. We got American troops up in the north at top, the Antilles, and we got them now in Guyana at the bottom of the Antilles. Somebody getting the picture? Y'all get the picture? Just my perspective. Like I said, I ain't as smart than anybody else. I'm just saying I have a perspective, man, that I hope y'all get the picture. I hope y'all getting the picture. You got military forces at top and military forces at the bottom. It's almost like we getting boxed in, man, because what's next? What's next? The marches, the opposition start to get restless. The people start to grow and we become like Haiti when they start, you got the national ID, you can't get on the bus. We could talk all this talk. National ID ain't disappear, family. It hasn't gone anywhere. Me and talk about reducing duties on generators and whatnot. The average man ain't got no money to buy no generation, period. Whether reduce VAT, whatever you're talking about, that will just benefit those who already have in the hotels and all the other people that own these private homes and stuff. And I don't see why we got to bring all these generators if we plan to have this renewable energy and batteries to store it. I'm just saying, you smooth with the words, man, but some of us got our thinking caps on, man. Since to say we surrounded, man. This is serious, family. Just think about it. I'm just saying from a military perspective, I can't see as a nation, you got your former colonizer at your front door pulling up and looking to build a military fort, and in the back door you see the same former colonizer building a military fort, ironically facing your direction. Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. You telling me you ain't gonna start thinking that, wait, hold up. This is a little too close. This is a little too close for comfort. What's all this about? And our Caribbean leaders are so man. I PM of Dominica states that they need to have another meeting as a meeting last week bore no fruit. They were pledges to go into Haiti, but no action as yet. What that basically mean, right, Wayne, is that they ain't get the check. That's all I mean. The money ain't reach. It mean the money ain't reach, man. That's what that mean. But wait, nothing ain't happened yet because the money ain't reach. But look, America reached Guyana though. So you know what that mean, right? All that oil on there too. Imagine what's inside that plane, man. Go look up, man. I ain't even telling you how to do that, man. Don't even. Family, right now, this is I got a message for the youths, man. Let me just go to the youths, man. That's what's up, man. I just want to go straight to the youths. I wanted to put some stuff up tonight. In fact, wait a minute. Maybe I can still put it up really quick. Let me see. I think I should. I think I should. I think I should. Going back real quick to this document, this title deed. I want to read this thing real quick here. Let me go ahead and share this screen. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull this up. I think it's important that I do this. I don't think I can not. I don't know. I need to do this. I need to do this, man. Let me share this right here. How does this work? Can I pull this up like this? Yeah. All right. I'm just going to share it like this. Add this to the family. I just want y'all to pay attention to this really quick, man. Real quick here. Just bear with me, man. Walk with me here for a minute. This is Black's Law Dictionary. This is definition of the terms and phrases of American and English jurisprudence, ancient and modern. This is also the revised 4th edition, and they have a lot. This is 4th edition, which means that this goes back. This was published in 1968, but I'm only giving this to give you a reference. But this originally goes back to 1891 in terms of where these terms were being used and what they meant. And so I wanted to share that. But I also want to, let me go here real quick. Indefeasible. Yeah, that's the one I wanted to get to really quick in terms of what that meant in law. Indefeasible. When she talked about the titles at that time, about being transferred state and registered property. Indefeasible is that which cannot be defeated, revoked, or made void. This term is usually applied to an estate or rights which cannot be defeated. So once the government put that in place, that's it. You can't come later on and say, my grandfather, they own this, or my great-grandfather. Ants Plant D about that in Maxwell. I think that was the land his grandfather had it. The Chinese now occupied, despite he had the documents, the court awarded this land to the Chinese. Y'all may not remember that. I don't forget these things. The brother in Maxwell said his grandfather's land. In fact, they built a wall, and he was complaining about this wall. Nobody was hearing him, man. And nobody said a word. The government gave the land. The courts awarded the Chinese the land. Yep. That was one of the words I wanted to look up, though. I got a few more here. What's this one? Let me see. Oh, title deed. Oh, wait a minute. Deeds, title deed. Deeds which constitute or are the evidence of title to land. The evidence. So if the government state don't have the evidence of title to the land, then the government can't actually say the land belongs to them, can they? Since they don't have any titles. If the government don't have any titles, they cannot say the land belongs to them, which means they cannot carry you to court and tell you to get off the property because they don't have any evidence showing ownership. Go and get yourself a plot. I'm telling you, don't play around. Don't play around. I'm telling you, man. I know they ain't gonna like me telling you. This is a law. This is a legal book. This is my definition. This is right there. Right there. This is what it is. I'm always afraid to click this last one. I don't know what this is. Oh, transfer. To convey or remove from one place, person, etc., to another. Pass or hand over from one to another. Specifically, to make over the possession or control of. Wait. To make over the possession or control of adds to transfer a title to land, sell or give. Sell or give. So when they say they transferring it to the Hawk program or any other entity they have to transfer land to, it may very well, and this is a legal reference, by the way, because when they speak, they're all lawyers. They don't speak English. It might sound like English, but this is the language they're speaking. It means that they might sell a bit and they might give a bit. So I guess that means the government is celibate. They go sell a bit and give a bit. Yeah, family. That's a serious thing. It's a serious thing. Family, I just going to conclude. We're living in a serious time and we got to pay attention and don't be deceived, man. Don't be deceived, man. There's a way that seemeth right unto a man. Give thanks, Aunt Rose. I ain't knocking Mr. Thorne. Mr. Thorne, I got some questions for you. I ain't see you on the Mumble program yet, unless I missed it. I know you showed up, my brother, earlier when you came out there in Parliament. Yes, Lamumba, I watch you all the time, but I want to watch you on the Mumble program. Go sit with Lamumba down the road, man, and have a man-to-man direct talk. I ain't knocking Marcia Weeks' program. Beautiful program. Shout out to Marcia Weeks, by the way, doing great works in terms of enlightening and bringing the people up to speed of what's going on. Love it. There's levels to this thing, man. Go talk to Lamumba now, Mr. Thorne. When you're finished with Lamumba, come holler at me, man. That's what you do, man. That's what you do, man. In the meantime, in between time, moving on. Jen. In the meantime,
Listen to the voice and hear the message on my brain. So as he send me come and I'll be fire me spitting. Tell them give me the microphone, my soul blazing. Relax, give them my style and hear the crowd railing. I've love in me heart, but me no skin and me no brain. So them I come around with all material things. I try to trick the youth to the vanity and blings. Bless all of those who wise and hustle and see the king. Cause we keep chatting where our Rastafari. Cause we put food on the table and move over here to make alright.
Great question,
We keep chatting where our Rastafari.
Yeah,
cause he's walking, that's the principle of my life. We keep it real and I go keep it clean. Loving but a bubble and chalice it's still, man. Then everybody rolling. Chant a couple psalms and make the blessing flow freely. But tell the youth to keep calm. No bother pre-war, that is a negative song. Let's make your mama proud, no one wants to be no bad. Me have the microphone creating something magical. Cause the naturalistic inside, they make you feel alive. Get the youth to open your eyes, hope you realize the element of surprise. Look to the east and you know the king you arrive. We keep chatting where our Rastafari. They put food on the table and move over here to me alright.
She's on, bro. They got to pull her in from the top, man. They can't let it play. I generally brought that for the top, man. For the top. Put it for the top, man. We and I agree. Create a begging society. Don't fall for you. Do it for you. This
Listen to the voice and hear the message I'ma bring. So as he send me come and I'll be fire me spitting. Tell him give me the microphone, my soul blazing. Relax, get them my style and hear the crowd railing. I've love in me heart, but me no skin and me no brain. So them I come around with all material things. I try to trick the youth to the vanity and blings. Bless all of those who wise and hustle, I see the king. Cause we keep chatting there. Rastafari. They put food on my table and move over here to me alright. We keep chatting where Rastafari, Lord. Cause he's my king, that's the principle of my life. We keep it real and I go keep it clean. Love and pot of bubble and chalice it's in. Then everybody rolling. Chant a couple psalms and make the blessing flow freely. But tell the youths we keep calm. No bother pre-war, that is a negative song. Just make your mama proud, no one know us if in a bar. Me have the microphone creating something magical. Cause the naturalistic inside, they make you feel alive. Get the youths to open your eyes, hope you realize the element of surprise. Look to the east and you know the king in my rival. We keep chatting there, Rastafari. They put food on my table and move over here to me alright. We keep chatting there, Rastafari. Lord, cause he's my king, that's the principle of my life. Often we laugh in a school face, full of militants can draw me out like shoelaces. No mix of me, no mingle, no join the rat race. Every day them brushing for my name like toothpaste. No, Lord, why do the nations rage? Jah, please show me your face. Through the eyes you see this grace, and it keep on killing me. Every day them talking about me willingly. See the music style, you must be kidding me. Stop messing in the child blind, can't lead blind. Just a little advice, hope you listening. We keep trying to wear our Rastafari.
Yes, family. I gotta apologize for that one, man. I'm sorry. I just, energy caused things to short out and shut down. That's what it is. They just gotta shout out to the air benders, man. You know what I'm saying? The water benders, man. The earth movers, man. And the fire starters, man. Y'all know what I mean by that. Give thanks, family. I see you. Purple hearts, man. Like I said to family, y'all have a peaceful night. I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna wrap it up right here. We're gonna do a 2-hour session in a minute. This is like back in the days, politically incorrect, where we get it correct. If we incorrect, correct us. But we here, man. Y'all know what it is.
Real news for the people in real time.
That's right. Listen, I see y'all on Friday night. We're gonna reason some more about this situation, and supposed to have a special guest, a real international special guest. I'm gonna see they're supposed to give me a call in the morning. We'll talk about it. I'll let you know. Once I know, I'll post it. You'll see what it is. But family, in these times, just stay aware. Stay aware. I just want y'all just to stay focused, man, and keep moving forward. Don't be distracted by the distract shows. Don't get caught up in it because it's all relevant. But don't let it sidetrack you. Make sure you have a plan and work your plan. That's what's up, family. Y'all stay upful, stay joyful, and stay true to self. And tell a friend and tell a friend. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all already know to click the buttons and all that fancy stuff. And furthermore, if I got to tell you do that, man, I don't know what to tell you then. Like, yeah, you ain't really ready yet. You know what I'm saying? We got to support our own right through. Facts. I'm not saying that Christ may not come and save others, but I know I ain't looking for that. We got to have to save ourselves here, family. If there's a God, he's going to catch us working. You know, he did say that, though, now I'm thinking about it. Work till I come. But if God is going to come, he ain't going to catch us sitting on no roof waiting for no boat. We working, family. I suggest you do the same. Faith without works is dead, right? Keep that in mind. Love and light to you too, Jackie. So we deal with this. Haile Selassie the first, Empress was there. Men in family, one perfect balance. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Give thanks to you too, family. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Daffodil. Again, shout out to the whole Faith family. Oh wait, almost forgot. I gotta shout out the plants. Somebody was asking me what the plant that I have here. They said they wanted one of these same plants. I gotta shout out my brother. He does stuff. Occupied till I come, till I return. The gods are returning, so you know what time it is, family. But this plant right here, y'all see this beautiful, beautiful, lovely corn plant. Like I so love these plants. I find them very peaceful, add tranquility to my space, plus they purify the air. And you go into banks, you will always see these plants in a bank. Always see these in a bank, maybe in insurance too. Anywhere people deal with money or large amounts of money, you go and see these plants. And that, by the way, is not suggesting that I'm dealing with large amounts of money. I'm just saying it's a beautiful plant. The brother that he sells plants down by the post office on Saturdays. If you want a plant, a decent looking plant, a nurtured looking rich plant. I don't really have his name. I don't know his name. Never. I've always known him for years. We just always speak. Never knew his name. But he calls me his brother. And he's my brother likewise. So he's down there by the post office, opposite the child care board. Anyone who's asking me, because a few folks asked me about this plant. It's called a corn plant. And he's the one that got that from. Actually, I got two from him. I called him a Saturday evening. He's getting ready to go home. He's just trying to get rid of stuff. I got a few plants from him. He's a good guy, really good guy. And yeah, beautiful plant. So you could check the post office for him. And someone asked about the fish as well. If you want to check for fish, I know I mess with what's the guy's name, Aquatic in Black Rock, Jason. Shout out to Jason and the brothers up there in what's that? Silver Hill, Exotic Pets, and also brother Cam. I got to shout out Cam as well. That's who I get the stuff from, pretty much. The plants and the cichlids. Those are African cichlids, by the way. I have a planted cichlid tank, which is usually not heard of, but they're good. They're usually good. Paludarium, I think, is what it is. Paludarium, what it is actually. Plants and fish all living together. That's another story. That's what keeps me centered, so I don't go nuts. Anyhow, family, y'all be good, and y'all keep good, family. Just stay focused. You know, love, and be aware. Stay tuned. Let me just drop this brother tune again real quick. I know that little click just now. The energy just caused that whole thing to unplug, but it's okay. It's all love. Like I said, shout out to Yvette and the young brother, Ijen. I want to say this though. Let me just put this here real quick and let it play. But Friday night, family, leave it at that.
The principle of my life. Yeah.
Rastafari right here.
away your troubles. Just remember, say I love you. And keep it moving on, no make nobody stop you. Rock away your troubles. Just remember, say I love you. And keep chatting along, no make nobody stop you. Hot, the fire blazing, it keep raising. It never hot, it never cool, it's not plating. Last time I never start me burn slaving, I hate us a lot. Madness you created, Babylon is a people that keep fading. Vanity and tragedy, I keep making. Jaja every day when we call.